had no idea.
Chase, how's your experience at South Bend? This is your first year, right? You having a good time?
No.
Yeah. That's great. I'm transferring now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So
Where are you going?
Here?
Houston.
Like
He hates us.
University of
I hate
Houston,
I
or
got University of Houston.
Yeah,
do you like opera or something?
No.
he just hates us.
I got relatives out there. So.
I lived in Houston.
Can I go?
Today is it Wednesday? Wednesday, the something of 21st of February 2018. This is MUT 313. I haven't been able to post the video from Monday. I've been too busy. What I know about Houston, I'll tell you now, Chase. I moved there when I was 6, and even as the movers were moving furniture into our new house, I got in my first fist fight. And every day for 2.5 years, we fought. Everybody fought in Houston, to the point that our bus stop, a block from the next bus stop, would routinely be attacked with sticks and stones that will break your bone. I broke fingers, got hit by a 2x4 in the 2nd grade.
What kind of school is this?
Why did you not tell your parents this?
I was a baby boomer. Things are different. We were not hovered upon. I mean, I roamed anywhere I wanted to go, never had any parental supervision, came home. As long as I got home by dinner, all was well. And after dinner, I was welcome to go do what I pleased. After I went to bed, I routinely left out my window and continued the activities. That was a terrible son. The worst son. Oh well.
Sounds fun.
Huh?
Sounds fun.
Yeah, I should have really rocked it. And then I hadn't been away from years. I landed in Houston, walked out of the airplane, I was like, yeah, this is Houston. When I moved there from Alabama, which I lived in Birmingham, rolling hills and pine trees, and Birmingham very hilly, mountainous even. Get to Houston, I was every day, I would look out the school window. We had windows in our classroom, very advanced school. And you could look out the window and see to the horizon. I mean, it was like that flat. Now I'm sure it's just all houses and stuff.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. Okay, I'm super excited to be here today, as a few of my classmates are. Like to proceed with the second intermezzo in our set. I do have a copy or two. You didn't get one the other day. Anybody need one? I do want to announce that Music Business concert is tomorrow. Please go and support it. They're raising money for our rap studios here at the university for our recording mission, and I've used some of their money in the past and purchased really, really nice things for our recording program. And all of you are eligible to take that class. I know Olivia has, and maybe some others, but if you have an extra 2 hours, it's fun, and I think it's a good thing for musicians to know. And no longer am I letting people who haven't taken MUT 213 take the class. I'm always happy to have anybody in my class, but we just had a different vocabulary, and I really want to focus on our music business majors, secondarily our education majors, and thirdarily the rest of the degenerates that are in school here. The rest of the denizens of our school here. Okay. I am the department chair of our annual fund. We're going to raise $750,000 this year. Probably not all from the music department, but I'm really excited. I got to go to an 8 a.m. breakfast kickoff meeting. So we got to practice our inline step drives. Somebody knew my son. Everywhere I go and when they see my name, somebody knows somebody that's related to me. And last night I gave a 3-minute research presentation. President Tony was there. And I was first and I was best. And then this morning, breakfast meeting, President Tony was there too. So I've moved on from changing this. Okay, if we could move to the last page in the set, but the front side of it, it should say page 145 or page 5. Everybody got a copy that they can see. Janie, do you need a copy? Okay, what I want to look at is this short chorale version, and you'll see this in many composers, but also we see this in Chopin and Brahms. But in Brahms here, this second line is very chorale-y. Chorale-y. So what I'd like to do, can you guess? Can you guess? Yes! And this will be somewhat easier because you're just doing chords, not unlike, there may be a few non-harmonic tones, but it's, you know, a chord per beat. Now, another nice thing about Brahms is you need to have hands of great length. Do you see the first chord in the left hand? Okay? What key are we in?
A major.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the first chord? F sharp major? Okay. So, I don't know what key we're in. It looks like we cadence on a C sharp major chord, but it also appears like it might potentially be a half cadence, doesn't it?
It's an F sharp.
Huh?
An F sharp minor.
You think the phrase is an F sharp minor, but I'm wondering what's with all the A sharps.
I meant like the cadence.
There is an A sharp in the cadence. I'm not saying there's big potential for that to be the case. Let's just see if we can get there from here. I can't quite reach that first chord. Even like the president, I have very big hands, but I see. That doesn't. Does that sound like the right chord to you? No. No, it does not. Okay, what chord's that? This is the second chord.
A sharp,
A sharp, E sharp. A sharp, C sharp, E sharp? Okay. And the next chord That's not right either, is it? Yeah. What chord is that? D sharp minor? Let's write this down because I'm getting confused. And I really don't have anything else to do.
Go work on the golf game.
I'll get to that. I really hate to admit this, but I've been busy lately. I don't like to give the impression that I do anything. Okay, so the first chord something like that. Yes? Okay, you tell me the chord. Next chord has this in the bass?
Yes.
And then
It's got a C
C.
below it and a C above it.
Oh, the bass note is C. Right, my bad. Let's do this in the correct order. F sharp to C sharp to F sharp. So there, just those three notes seems like there could be some F sharpie going on there, right? But being Brahms, it's not quite that straightforward. Here we have E sharp, A sharp. I'm courtesying these just to keep the spelling simple. Okay, so the chord here would be A sharp, C sharp, E sharp. Now here, D sharp, A sharp, and F sharp. So this is F sharp major, C sharp, no, not. A sharp minor, and D sharp minor, both of these in the first inversion. Okay? So before we determine what key we are in, let's just do kind of an annotation that's not kind of Roman numerally. Okie dokie? Next is E sharp. C sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Okay, C sharp, A sharp, C sharp, E sharp in second inversion, yes? So again, A sharp minor, is that correct? Okay, next chord, D sharp, F sharp, A in root position. Okay, so this is what? Straight up D sharp minor?
Yes.
Is there a C there? No C. Why would there be? D sharp, F sharp, A sharp. Dang. Okay, moving on. Now we have a C sharp. And it's A sharp and E sharp. Now, this also is A sharp minor, yes? In first inversion? Okay. If we're just looking at the bass line, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, E sharp, D sharp, C sharp. So This looks like C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. Like this could be F sharp major. Does that make sense? But this is the only F sharp major chord we have. Okay, so let's pretend that we understand that and move on. What have we understood so far? Nothing. What, why, what is my purpose of this? Well, you know, earn a salary, feed my family, pay the rent, save for retirement, and get you some tactics and some tools for when you're not sure how to go about a analysis. So I'm not putting it in a key or anything, I'm just describing it as chord and quality and inversion. And then, well, what key would that fit? And where is the leading tone? Now in F sharp minor, the leading tone would be E sharp. But the thing is, we have not had an E sharp that is led to an F sharp yet, have we? They've all continued to descend and defend. Now the next thing is we have this that looks 5-1-y, but it's not, is it? Is this, what is this chord? It again is D sharp minor in its first inversion, but you have the fit relationship in the bass. And we've seen this all occurring around F sharp, okay? So it seems, well, if you're just looking at the bass, we're really talking about F sharp major here, but there isn't any one chords except here. So what does it all mean? Well, it's ambiguous, surprise, surprise. Okay, E sharp, and the rest of this chord, give me strength. Well, let's do this chord. This is the D sharp. Here, come on, Dad, you can do this. Okay, what is the root of this chord? It's A sharp, isn't it? It's A sharp chord. A sharp minor. What else about this chord? It's in second inversion, yes? So we often treat second inversion chords as dissonant 6/4 chords, right? So does this have potential of that? Now right at this point, suddenly we've run out of sharps, haven't we? This is very unusual. What is to be done? This is the funnest thing ever here. E sharp goes to E flat. I love it. That's an augmented, doubly augmented unison, isn't it? As if you gave a damn. Okay. I'm going to spell this whole chord out because it just seems like so much fun. And then C, all the hands crossed over here, very freaking awkward. All right, kids, who can spelt that chord? We've got C natural, E flat, G flat, B flat.
C diminished 6/5.
It's in first inversion. It's a half diminished 6/5 chord, isn't it? What looks like very, and the way we feel about those kind of chords is, look at the bass line. much E flat minor there, right? Now, if E flat minor were the 4 chord of B flat minor, the 2, 6, 5 chord would add a C to that, right? And there would be your half diminished 7th chord. So let me see if I can actually. So we're going from A sharp to B flat, right? In the middle voices there, A sharp becomes B flat and G flat. And then the next chord that seems like, are we in D flat or C sharp or what are we in there? So much fun. Okay, do you see the elision of the phrases? Do you see the PP there and the chord that looks exactly like the beginning? And do you see how the phrase mark goes all the way to that chord, but that chord also starts the next phrase? Do we understand that? That's called an elision, or alighting two phrases where the end and the beginning are the same. So there, we're back in that F sharp situation, aren't we? Say yes. Yes, we are. But how did, what else? So really, this chord that I just got to with the C sharps in the right hand, and it's A sharp, E sharp, A sharp. There's a 5/7 chord in the key of F sharp, right?
Yes.
So that says something about the key we're in, doesn't it? That C sharp 7 chord goes to a F sharp major chord. Okie dokie?
Yes.
If I can be of service, let me know.
There's a smell, and I don't know what it is.
I'm kind of far away from you, or I would admit to it.
Just move.
Huh?
Just move.
You know, we did have this stink
It's on.
up there for a while that smelled like a hot iron, or iron.
Like it's chemical smelling.
Maybe it's a cleaning product that you have a sensitivity to. I have problems with nail polish. Gives me headaches, and also any kind of petroleum type smell. Have I shared too much? I've shared too much. But it's just in response to Janie's predicament. Do what you got to do, Janie. I used to always say the smells were bothering me in high school chemistry, and I would just leave and go outside and smoke a cigarette to get over it. The cigarette calming the chemical smell. Did I mention I was a terrible child?
Yes.
It's true. Did that make any sense, what we've been doing here? I think the fun part is going to be how this flat chord going to F natural has anything to do with the key of F sharp major. Okie dokie?
So we can agree that it's an F sharp.
Yes. For this,
now.
well, in the standpoint that maybe I want to look at it again, but what I just said, which should convince me, is that we had a clear 5/7 with an 8/7 passing tone, in the key of some kind of F sharp. And seeing how we only had A sharps, I'm thinking it's F sharp major. So it's really the parallel major of the relative minor of the key we're in.
Could the E flat chord be respelled as a D sharp chord?
That's certainly the thing. Yes. Yes. There is plenty of D sharp. So, given that we're in F sharp major, perhaps, would this be a 1 chord? What would this be?
A minor 3 chord?
Which is what it is in the major key, right? And D sharp, yes.
I don't understand how you can have a different key like a different key than what's in the key signature. Like there's only 2 options. How can you get F sharp major?
Well, in the Romantic era, the idea of like a set key got really ambiguous.
Like the accidentals kind of add to the key signature?
Okay, many times if you're having a direct modulation, you change the key signature. Not unlike minuet and trio, you would add a flat to the trio. But when you're in a situation of romantic music where the key centers are very ambiguous, a lot of times you just have a lot of accidentals. Okay? So, even looking at any music of Wagner, just in the very first page of looking at that, you would see huge amounts of accidentals. And Brahms, same way. Late Romantic, lots of accidentals. This is the next thing after this, if we don't count Impressionism, is atonality and 12-toneness, which has no key signature. That's why key signatures ultimately became dispensable, because everything was changing all the time. And when you write music that is 12-tone, you know, all tones being equal, there is no key signature. So we are progressing through the Romantic era to a time when key signatures become not needed for new music. And Brahms would have considered his music new, but in the tradition of Bach and Beethoven, where he didn't consider Liszt and Wagner in that tradition. Okay? He thought they were charlatans. Okay, shall we move on? Okay, what is this?
6.
Okay. Is that not a fifth relationship? Yes, it is. So we notice that. Here's our F sharp with the fifth relationship, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, in the bass line, but Brahms is using these alternate chords to express that. And that's even within a key signature, it is ambiguous. Like, yes, we're in F sharp, but there's all these colored notes in there. Now, A sharp in a 6/4, what does that look like to you? Again, fifth relationship, 6/4 chord, what would we call this?
6/4.
A 3/6/4.
Passing 6/4.
Y'all remember theory words? Passing 6/4 chord either expands a root position chord to a first inversion chord, or a compresses a root position chord to a first inversion chord. Okay? So that's what happens there. Where is the... Now, what parts of that do we have? Am I missing some notes here? Yeah, of course you are. Those on me. Okay, if it were truly passing, which I'm saying it is, it would be donka, donka, donka against donka, donka, donka. And do you see how Brahms has kind of done that in a way? But what does this relate to? This relates to that, doesn't it? Huh?
It's kind of like indirect.
Yeah, it's just sort of referencing back to this very small. We don't really have motives here because this is a chorale. The only thing that we've done here is have this leap to begin that phrase. And so as we move through this passing 6/4 back to A sharp, so we have 6 to 3, 6, 4 to 6. This is talking very strongly about F sharp, but in a deceptive way, right? What is, okay, when we talk about chords, we talk about tonic, predominance, and dominance. Dominants are 5s and 7 chords. Predominants are 2s and 4 chords. 3 chords are nothing. 1 chords are substituted with 6 chords. So Brahms is talking, he's discussing F sharp major in a in a A sharp minor kind of way.
In 3 chords sometimes.
In a D sharp minor kind of way. Did I just say A sharp? Good. I'm so glad you weren't paying attention. In a D sharp minor kind of way. Yes, Catherine.
Please don't call me Catherine. That's what my mother says when she's angry.
I'm a little angry.
Can 3 chords sometimes represent like 5 chords? Or like hint at 5?
Well, they do share 2 of the same notes, but my contention is the leading tone does something different in a 3 chord.
Okay.
But kind of, yes. But it has no function of 5. It doesn't go to 1. It would sound very symphonic band if you start going 1 to 3 to 1 or 1 to 3 to 5. Very symphonic bandy stuff.
Okay.
That sounded like I was deprecating symphonic band music. Does that sound like that to you?
It's
I mean,
okay,
you're
we
not
do it.
wrong.
Maybe a little bit. Oh, shut up, Dr. Durant. Soon, I swear, I will finish. I'm finding this fascinating, so I appreciate you letting me be here today and getting paid for it. It's all good, all good. Now, what the hell is this?
I don't know.
What chord is this? 3 chord, back to 3. Because 3 and 6, it's almost modal because we're getting these 5th relationships of minor chords instead of major to minor. Okay, back to 6. Now, this again is setting up this passing 6/4 thing, right? But then we have a substitution. We come to this, and then just to keep up our motivation here, let's go ahead with the next chord, and we can say, in all honesty, without any fear of guilt or repression, that that's an F major triad. That is an F major triad. So we're going to write F right there. Now, this chord to me is C half diminished 7th chord in first inversion. So C, little c, half diminished 65 with a bunch of flatty things. We're not doing the figured bass chromatically so much right now. Okay. Now, where what context C half diminished seventh chord would be to F? It has no leading tone, so it's not really a dominant substitution. Is it really half diminished? Yes, it is. Huh?
Could it be a borrowed chord?
Not that. Sort of that. There's our color. And then that seems, okay, what chord is this? We're back to here, right? A sharp. See that? Time has not stopped. It is moving. Okay. If I write it on the board, y'all will just all understand, won't you? Okay, this all goes into this chord is what? What's the root of that chord?
F sharp.
I don't see that F sharp.
A
A sharp, C sharp, E sharp?
yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. A sharp, C sharp, E sharp is an A sharp major chord that then becomes C sharp dominant 7, right? Is that correct?
Should be A sharp minor.
Is it minor?
A sharp, C sharp.
A yeah, sorry, doofus. All right, Dr. Doofus.
That's what the D stands for, indeed.
I used to call myself Dr. Dumbass. I'm going with Dr. Doofus now. Okay, explain that to me.
The C sharp dominant 7.
Huh?
The C sharp dominant 7.
Yes?
It goes
Because this is 5/7. So this again is 3 in root position, or yes? Okay, so that's all cool. All right, here we go. I actually kind of know the answer to this. I know you're going to be surprised. I kind of do know the answer to this. This is not easy stuff, just because of all the sharps, and it's really quite simple chord progressions.
Goes to one chord.
I'm revising that. Dead was on mushrooms. My fault, my father. Why are you always high? Okay, gonna finish up here. Anybody know?
It's a one chord.
Okay.
It goes to one.
The next chord is 1. We allied that phrase. Yeah, right. 5, 7, 2, 1. We've made it. We're going to do that phrase again. Now, I wanted to make sure it was clear for Jeremy. Okay, who wants to say what these two chords are?
Well,
Could it be like
the chord, the notes, in the first chord, quit that. The notes in the first chord, after the top C are like a half step above all the notes that they're going to. I don't know what that means, that's just a
Okay,
thing.
I mean, when you're looking for relationships, you are looking for chromatic implication.
Okay.
Let me clear this up for you in the most simple sort of way. Inharmonically spelled, what is that note?
B flat.
B flat.
That's what I thought.
So this chord here is 5 of 3, inharmonically spelt. Okay? So what does that make this?
That,
5 of 5, or no?
no, that's 4 of B flat with an added 6.
Wouldn't that make that 2?
Yeah, sure. Let's go 2.
2 of
2 of
4.
so.
2 of 4?
No, stop.
Why?
Please stop.
It's not 2.
You may be right. I just got to
Awesome.
try this again. Okay. How about this? 265 to 5 to 1 in the key of B flat minor. Yes?
B flat minor?
Yeah. Oh, this is a little ambiguous, that big boy B flat there. That'll straight. Now everybody understands, right? That's doing it. Okay, did that make any sense?
Yes.
So really, all of this motion has been through the B flat, masquerading as an A sharp. I think that's pretty exciting stuff there. So the thing could be, what really if we stayed in A sharp, stayed in the, wait, time out. Yeah. Or C sharp even. Say we stayed in, what key were we in? F sharp! Say we stayed in F sharp. This would be what chord? Okay.
A diminished. I know.
Just respell it inharmonically. C becomes B sharp. You see what I'm saying? If you're in F sharp, you
B, D, F sharp.
B, all of that's true. B sharp, D sharp, which is there. B sharp, D sharp, F sharp, A sharp. Okay? So the only thing added to that chord is a B sharp, isn't it? In F sharp major, B sharp is out of the key. So the B sharp is moving to modify the E sharp, which is 5 of the A sharp. So what would this chord progression be in A sharp? Oh, if only you could do it. A sharp, not A sharp, damn it. F sharp. F sharp major. What would this chord be?
Which one?
With
The
this,
C diminished one?
the B sharp half diminished seventh chord.
Would it be like a 7 or 5?
Well, you would think that the B sharp would be the leading tone to C sharp, right? And this chord, okay, in the key of C sharp, this chord would be 5 of 3, right? And this chord with the B sharp would be